Hello, everyone. Welcome to the session. And first and foremost, congratulations to all the students who have received a call from NMIMS. And now it is the time to gear up for the stage two process. Okay, so I understand that some of you might be thrilled, while some might feel concerned due to the lower cutoff. And they have reduced the weightage of NMAT score in the final selection process. I can understand that. Uh, but no need to worry. We'll discuss each and every aspect of stage two process to help you prepare efficiently. Okay. So we'll begin by covering the scorecard and cutoffs, which is released by NMIMS. Then we'll move on to the NMAT stage two registration process and final admission weightages kya hai, and finally some of the key instructions that they have given. Okay. And we'll talk about the competency assessment also. Okay. So, first of all, let's start with the scorecard and cutoff. Starting with the scorecard and cutoff, you already have the NMAT scorecard, right? If you have scored 209 or above in NMAT with at least 62 or more, or basically 62 is the basic sectional cutoff in each section. So you'll be invited for the NMIMS interview process. Okay, so 209 is the overall and 62 is the sectional. Previously, this cutoff was around 232 to 234 or 235 overall, and the sectional was around 73, 76 for different sections. Now, this year also we expected a similar thing, but NMIMS gave us a surprise by lowering the cutoff, which was in favor of some of the students who didn't score maybe higher marks in NMAT exam. So last year, if a student is scoring 220, 222, would not get a call from NMIMS. But this year they are getting. Okay. For the MBA in pharma section, MBA in pharma program, the cutoff is even lower. It is around 190 for overall. And for the sectional cutoff, it is 50 marks. Great. Now, if we talk about the registration process, as you can see on the screen, first of all, they have introduced a new thing, which is competency test or competency assessment, which is followed by a personal interview. So competency assessment is not an eliminatory test, okay? So if a student goes for the stage two process, he or she will be able to compete in both the competency assessment and personal interview, both. That is one thing to clear. Then the registration for stage two will end on 21st, and the slot booking is on first come, first serve basis. Okay. So make sure that if you want to go for the interview, make sure that you do it as soon as possible. Registration fee, you have to again pay a fee for NMIMS if you want to appear for stage two process. So that fee is 1100 rupees. You have to bear that cost if you want to appear for the stage two process itself. Okay. Then any student, doesn't matter if he or she wants to apply for Mumbai campus or Bangalore campus or Hyderabad, Nagpur, any of the campuses, every student need to participate in stage two process in NMIMS Mumbai campus itself. Okay, so there is no ambiguity in that. You have to be at NMIMS Mumbai campus for the stage two process. Okay. Now, stage two for MBA, all courses except pharma will start from 30th of January, end of this month. And for pharma, it is 27th and 28th of February. Okay. Some of the slots are also given to the students, like the morning slots. The reporting time for the morning slot is 8 a.m., 8 in the morning, and 10 in the morning. For the afternoon slots, it is 12 noon and 2 p.m. Okay. Again, the slot booking is first come, first serve basis. Make sure if you want to be a part of the stage two process, you do it as soon as possible. After you are done with booking the slots, make sure that you uh, book the flights or train, whatever way you would like to take. Make sure that you do it. There is one more thing which is written in the form, not in this particular slide, that they have said that the process will take around 5 to 6 hours. Okay, so make your travel arrangement or stay arrangements accordingly. So if you are thinking that I need to leave the same day, make sure that you take a morning slot, maybe 8 or 10, and book a evening flight or an evening train. Okay, great. Next thing, what are the final admission weightages? NMAT by GMAT. So basically your NMAT exam, now it is only 20 percentage. Okay. Your personal interview, your PI, very low weightage is given to that. It is only 10 percentage. Okay. So PI is not going to make a lot of big impact in your final admission. Your competency assessment, it is a new thing that they have introduced. Previously, I think last year it was Watson Glaser test. This year they have come up with the competency assessment, and it has a weightage of 50 percentage. Half of your chances are through this particular test. Okay. They have not stated a lot of things about it, but we'll try to figure out what it is. Then the work experience, 10 percentage, only greater than 1 year of work experience will be considered. If you have maybe around 6 months, 7 months of work experience, you'll be considered as a fresher. Okay. Uh, Academic track record. So they have said that your HSC, higher secondary performance, at your graduation or pre-final year performance will be considered in this 5 percentage each. Okay, so that makes a total of 100 percentage. Out of that, I'll repeat it again. Out of that, 50 percentage is given to your competency test. Second highest is your NMAT, that is 20 percentage. Then comes your personal interview, work experience, and academics, 10 percentage each. Okay. Now, uh, in the form, they have written that the detailed information about the entire stage two process they are going to provide in a few days, and it will be done by NMIMS themselves, by the official authorities. But according to me, what is going to happen? Now we हम सोच ही रहे हैं कि क्या हो सकता है so competency assessment they have written in the instruction or maybe on the fifth page or so that it is a combination of psychometric test, written aptitude test, written aptitude test. So it might be similar to your MyCat or the Watson Glaser test that they took last year. So just to give you a brief, what was Watson Glaser test and what is MyCat? What are the questions that they ask? So just to give you a brief of Watson Glaser, so it was a 30-minute self-timed test. 40 questions were there, and all the questions were critical reasoning. So there were, I think, 4 to 5 set of questions, type of questions. So the first one was there was some statement given to you, and there will be an inference, and you have to answer whether that inference is so there will be 5 options that will be given to you, that you agree with the inference or not. So the options were true, probably true, that the inference is true, or probably true, or data insufficient, or probably false, or false. So these were the 5 options given to you, right? The second type of question was basically you have to recognize whether an assumption is taken in the statement of or not. So it was like if you think that the given assumption is taken for granted in the statement, then you have to click on assumption made. Otherwise, you'll be clicking on assumption not made, right? So assumption was taken in the statement, then you'll click on assumption made. Assumption not taken, then you'll click on assumption not made. This was the second type. The third type was basically the conclusion statement, conclusion question. A conclusion follows or not follows. And finally, strong or weak argument, right? So these are the 4 or 5 type of questions that they asked in Watson Glaser. And in MyCat, they are asking about the psychometric test. They are taking a descriptive in which you have to write a VAT. Okay, there will be a topic or a situation given to you, and you have to write 300, 400 words in that. And again, the third part in my cat is divergent convergent thinking, similar to your uh, this critical reasoning. So this competency test might be similar to your Watson Glaser, which is critical reasoning, might be similar to your MyCat, which is a combination of critical reasoning, then your descriptive test and a psychometric test. Okay, so just be ready for all the things. And anyway, they are going to publish some kind of information, the official information on this in a few days. We are expecting that. Again, the process is going to be 5 hours. Make your travel arrangements accordingly. Now, there are some important instructions that has been given, like work experience. In the previous slide, we have seen that it will be greater than 1 year. And in the second point, they have written that the work experience from 1 to 3 years will be considered for weightage. So maybe beyond 3 years and lower than 1 year, they are not targeting. Okay. Work experience considered only after completion of graduation. Doesn't matter you have NOC from your college. No, nothing. Okay. And finally, very important thing, obviously, internship and training. Nobody considers it as work experience, but they have written it specifically that they are not going to consider your working in family business or even self-employment. Nothing is considered as a work experience. So make sure that if they have mentioned it so explicitly, you do not mention it, okay, in this particular form, at least. So I think that was all from my end. This was all about your NMAT stage two. There will be some more clarity that we are expecting from the authorities in a few upcoming days. Make sure that you book your slots as soon as possible because it is on first come, first serve basis. There is a possibility that you might not be able to get the flight or the train tickets if you delay it a lot. Okay. So as soon as you are done with the registration and slot booking, you do the travel and the stay arrangements also. Okay. Chal. So that's all for this particular video. Stay safe. All the best and bye bye.